Welcome back to Close Up on San Diego Business, where we get up close and personal with San Diego businesses and the key people that are working hard to make a difference in our community. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here on KFSD AM 1450 and financialnewsandtalk.com.
Okay, back. We have our next guest with us, Amir Ghods, Home Decor Rugs. Welcome, Amir.
Thank you for having me. Great. Al, Andrea, Barry, thank you.
You're welcome. We have all over your website before we brought you in, and I love the rugs. You guys have an amazing store there. So, tell us a little about Home Decor. Tell the listeners what I've seen.
Okay. We specialize in hand-knotted and also machine Persian rugs. We have over 3,000 rugs to choose from pretty much all over the world, and I will get into it.
You must have a huge facility to have 3,000 rugs.
It's 6,500 square foot. It's not that big, but it's on the Marina District, Design District, Marina Boulevard, and there are a lot of designers and walk-ins, and we have a pretty nice showroom.
Great.
What is the history of Persian rugs, particularly as opposed to what people think of as the term Oriental rugs?
All right. The civilization of the Persian people dates back to 4000 BC. The documentary shows the very first rug was made 2,500 years ago in Persia, which is the pile Persian rug. The sumac or the flat woven rug, it was dated 4,000 years before. You have to remember, Persia at the time, 500 BC, was neighboring India all the way to the Red Sea. So all the Caucasus countries, such as Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Armenian, and also Azerbaijan, Turkey, all the way to Egypt, was part of the Persian Empire. The story goes back 500 BC, which the Cyrus of the Great, which we call it the Great Kurosh. He was the king, and he was given a gift, a pile Persian geometric rug from a weaver. And he was so fond of this gift and this pile rug, he had ordered the designer to make schools 4 corners of Persia and teach people how to make rugs. So again, we go back when Persia was neighboring India all the way to Red Sea. So today rugs come out of Afghanistan, and we say it's Afghani rug. Comes out of Turkey or Egypt or Kazakhstan, we'll say they're from that country. But
Right.
it really goes back to the Persian rug because it was part of Persian Empire.
So basically, all these beautiful rugs are really all considered Persian rugs.
All of them. Recently, there are rugs are made as far as Tibet, Nepal, China, and but the roots of how they were made, for the design is probably local design. You get the Chinese rug with the dragon and
Right.
kind of a Oriental look, but the weave, the technique, how they were put together, it was thought from Persian rugs.
Wow. Well, no wonder they're so gorgeous. 4,000 years. You know, that's a lot. That's a lot of time to get it right, right? I mean,
6,000.
oh, 6,000.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, you're the accountant, Alan. We want to know
The
that now.
numbers guy, we pay attention over there.
Now, your family's been in the rug business for a long time as well, correct?
Yes, my father was a rug merchant for 52 years. In the 70s, he had a few galleries back home in Iran, and he was traveling to the United States and bringing rugs, importing them to the United States and selling them. Of course, right after the revolution, he said, you know what, I need to stay here. So I pretty much grew up here, grew up with the business. My grandmother was a master rug weaver. She was teaching the local ladies how to weave rugs. My mother, my aunts, when I was a young boy, I used to go to my cousins or aunts, and always I see a loom in the corner of the house. So
Wonderful.
I've learned to see how the rugs were started, how they were made, what makes the best rug, which rug is the best for traffic area and whatnot. So many designs.
Well, in today's world of technology and everything going modern, aren't all the rugs made by machine and have this amazing system to do it, or tell us more about that?
True. There are a lot of rugs coming out of Turkey, Belgium, Egypt, and a few other countries, which now are machine-made rugs.
Right.
I don't have anything against the machine-made rug. Of course, I sell them as well, but they're not investment. They're floor covering. If the first time you buy a rug, if you don't want to get into the thousands of dollars, they're great rugs to start on. But there is absolutely no value after 20, 30 years when you say, okay, I want to pass that on to my son or daughter. You're pretty much passing on a carpet, not rug.
Not an heirloom, not a family
Not a
heirloom.
family heirloom. Hand knotted rugs is something which you want to pass on, and it will increase over the time on the price.
Yeah, and who wants to say, hey, look at my new Belgian rug? You want to say, look at my Persian rug.
That's right. That's right.
And you must deal in rugs for not only the new handmade rugs, but because they're investments and heirlooms, you must deal in rugs that are sold, resold. People should trade back with you.
Definitely. We always welcome the antique rugs or old rugs. We'll take it for a trade. In fact, one of my policies is if you buy my own rug at any time, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you want to trade it in, we'll take it back for the same price.
Wow.
Because I'm making money on that rug.
Right.
That rug is worth a lot more as it gets aged.
So it's like I deal in investments now. Now rugs are an investment. You can buy a rug today and it can appreciate in value over time.
Oh, indeed. I've got customers bringing rug for wash and repair sometimes, and it was hand down from their grandmother or grandpa, and I tell them, Grandpa knew what he was doing. He probably paid $500
Right.
60 years ago, 70 years ago, which was a lot of money. Guess what? That rug is probably worth about $15,000 today.
Wow.
So there are definitely investment, and they go up on the price, and that's because it's 100% hand knotted, and that's all labor intensive.
And this is all why people need to come to somebody like you, who truly is an expert, grew up in it, and you have the ability to educate people as to what a good quality rug is, and whether or not they've actually have one that's good quality, and how to buy one of quality, correct?
Definitely. People come in, I'll educate them about what they're buying, what are the investments, turnover after 5, 10 years, and what's the rug going to look like, because I've got 3,000 rugs in my store from brand new to 150 years old.
Wow.
I can show them, okay, after 150, this is what it's going to look like. Of course, condition. You have to properly maintain your rug, which is pretty much washing and repairing. If there's any damages, not that it just tear it apart. If you get a small tear, we can take care of that right away.
Yeah. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KFSD AM 1450 and financialnewsandtalk.com. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-hosts, Andrea Kay and Al Arias, and our guest, Amir Ghods from Home Decor Fine Rugs. So if you're dealing in rugs, new and used and the collectible items, you must facilitate appraisals for people, and you can help them understand what they have.
Definitely. Sometimes a rug come in and people have no idea what it is. As I said, it was probably hand down from their grandparents. And we do not charge for appraisal verbally. I can tell them which area of Iran was made. Sometimes I even can tell you which family made it.
Wow.
They're famous about the area of 1920s and 1930s, which family or which designer was famous at the time and what they were making.
You're like Rick from Pawn Stars, or those people on Antiques Roadshow, right?
Right, I can tell the age, I can tell the condition of the rug and how much it's worth. And if the rug is worth $5,000, $10,000 at that time, we'll suggest for the certificate of authenticity and appraisal. Then we charge for that, but other than that.
How often do you see people that the rugs are passed down from the estate to estate, and the people inheriting the rug don't have a clue what they have? I mean, that has to be common.
It's common. It's I see it pretty much every day. It comes in and they have no idea, and we'll explain to them what it is. And sometimes they think they had a rug which is worth $50,000, and we'll explain, this was not quite that what it was. So sometimes there's a disappointment too, but most of the time it's worth a lot more.
Is it expensive to have your rug appraised?
$100 per rug, yeah, and that's not a lot of money if you have $10,000 or $15,000 worth of rugs, and you want to make sure that
You want to make sure it's covered for insurance purposes.
That's right.
And, for those who inherit the rugs, you would certainly think it'd be a worthwhile investment to get it appraised to know what you've gotten in the inheritance.
That's right.
Right.
You talked about cleaning and maintenance being very important. I bet it's not wise for people, not the best move for them to try to clean the rugs themselves.
Oh, for sure. There are some rugs which we call it a bleeder rug. As soon as you put some water on it, the color will run. And we test all of that. We have an 11-step process when we get the rug in, from removing the soil, checking the dyes, to making sure you do not want to wash your own rugs, not unless it's a machine made and you say, okay, I can't really hurt this. It was a $100 rug and I can pretty much hose it down. Other than that, it needs to be done by an expert, because you don't want to ruin your $5,000.
Right. Well, there's a lot of different carpet cleaning services out there to do that. Do you have any type of recommended service to do that with?
We do not recommend steam cleaning on the rug.
Not steam.
Not steam,
Okay.
because the rug needs to be washed by cold water and soap. And none of those detergents, such as laundry detergent or anything with bleach. So it needs to be done by a professional, which they know how to wash the rug. And the most important thing is to removing that soil. Keep in mind, we're talking about pile rug, which is probably has about a 1/4 inch to
Right.
1.5 inch pile, which dust tend to stay there.
Yeah. So if somebody has a rug and they want to have good care taken care of it, we don't want to promote anybody else's business on air other than yours. So if somebody wanted to find the right carpet cleaning company to clean, they can call your office as well.
They can call me, and and as long as it's an Oriental rug shop, they
Right.
can take care of your area.
Great. So I take it that the education of the customer is important to you, and there's a great value to trust factor. You have a $15,000 rug. I didn't even know you had it. You better have trust in the vendor that you work with.
That's right. We educate people when they buy rugs, whether if the rug was made in India, Pakistan, China, because there are different price ranges. We do explain exactly what makes this rug worth, why. And if that is their own rug, of course, with the certificate of authenticity, we'll certify it.
Okay, great. Well, we're starting to run short on time, so why don't you tell our listeners how they get in touch with you? How do they find you?
Our website is www.Home Decor Fine Rugs. We're located at 4140 Moreno Boulevard on Design District. My phone number is 858-274-3674. Please call me and I'll take care of whatever you need on your area rug needs.
Great. Well, I'll tell you what, I can't speak for anybody else, but I've gotten an education out of this one.
Yeah, I can't wait to go in there and see
So.
the rugs in person. I mean, your website, it's just eye candy. They're just so
Thank you.
gorgeous.
Hey, Andrea loves the eye candy from the
she loves
design.
candy.
Yeah. I love anything candy.
Anything sugar related. Well, Amir, thanks for being with us. We really appreciate you coming. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business, where we get up close and personal with homegrown San Diego businesses and the people that are working to make a difference in our community. This is financialnewsandtalk.com. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. We'll be right back after the break with more homegrown business close up. We will have Terry Arnett from TSA Contracting.